One, two. Like it.
Vital Protein's new blue paperboard tub will reduce 4.
Damn, man. I'm not buying. I don't care. I'm not buying YouTube Premium. I don't care. I got money to buy it, but I'm not buying it. Nope. Because I don't use it like that. I do not use YouTube Premium like that, man. Welcome to the breakdown. Episode 496, powered by Gokhshtein Media, sponsored by Gemini. Thank you very much for being patient. As man, I got a lot of shit to do this week. Really, I've been covering a lot of shit, a lot of news, a lot of things happening. Got a lot of shit to do, man. But no excuses. Absolutely no excuses. Okay? You got to be professional. You got to be on time. Okay? Got to be on time. We'll go over Uptober. Where are you? What is happening? Where are you? Weren't we supposed to go to the moon? Why are we still on Earth? Huh? Who got them answers? I need answers, man. I need answers. We had the vice president. We had the VP debate yesterday. I hope y'all tuned in. I did. And I got to tell you, let me pause this real quick. Hold on. Let's get this right. You're not bullish enough. Y'all hear me now? Okay. Y'all hear me now. You are not bullish enough, ladies and gentlemen. All right, listen. You know, right now it's looking like Dumptober, bro. It's looking like Dumptober. Does not look like Uptober. But let's not be negative. Okay, let's not be like some people on here who are consistently negative about shit. I'm a positive motherfucker. Y'all already know that. So we'll get into the VP debate as well last night. My thoughts. You know, I think JD Vance did a phenomenal job. I've learned a lot about him, but yesterday really showcased his talents. I said this yesterday. I said that, you know, there is no chance for Tim Walz to be able to battle with Vance, and it showed. It showed big time. It showed. I gotta say, number one, let me give props to both sides. I'm gonna give props to Vance. I'm gonna give props to Walz here. It was an actual debate. There was no yelling, no screaming, no punches being thrown. You know, you had two people, two gentlemen speaking their minds, but when it came down to it, I think Vance took it. I know that I'm reading. I was really interested in seeing what the Democrats would say about it, and a lot of Democrats did tip their cap to Vance. And you know, we have to acknowledge this. You know, think about this. I want you guys to think about this because I don't want to stay on this topic yet. We'll come back to this topic. But you have, God forbid, right? God forbid anything were to happen to the president of the United States. The VP is second in command, right? And I was sitting back yesterday because that kept on being mentioned, right? Throughout the week for this VP debate. This is the second in command. And God forbid, knock on wood, God forbid anything were to happen to either Harris or Trump. God forbid. You would either have Walz or you would have Vance in charge of running the United States of America. And yesterday I sat back and I'm like, okay, which one of these individuals would be able to go ahead and run this country? And I listen, I think Walz is probably a great guy to go fishing with if you're into fishing and outdoors type of. I like the outdoors, but I'm just saying, like, if you're into like fishing and stuff, I'm sure you'll have a good time with Walz, man. I'm sure he'll show you how to start a fire. I'm sure he'll do a lot. He could teach you a lot of things. But he is not ready. Like he was the wrong pick for VP. Walz was the wrong pick for VP. Kamala Harris should have never picked him. She should have went with Josh Shapiro from the governor of Pennsylvania. Because he could have gave, like, if you wanted to see a fair fight yesterday, that would have been a fair fight. You would have had Vance go up against Shapiro. I think it would have been exciting. Two really young, passionate individuals going at it. Walz, he's a governor. That's it. I don't even know if he's a good governor. You still got to dig into the track record, because a lot of the stuff that was said yesterday, like, kind of turned off. I was kind of turned off. But this has me thinking too. It's almost like, even if Shapiro wanted, even if I'm talking about Shapiro now, right? Even if you replace Shapiro with Walz, I don't think Shapiro took the job because it was offered to him. I believe it was offered to him a week before they chose Walz, and he declined it. So, like, I don't know if anybody really wanted to be on this ticket here with Harris, because I don't think they believe she has a chance of winning. I've been saying this, like, I know you see a lot of things on social media, but ultimately you have to sit back and understand that there are silent voters from both sides that are not going on social media. They're not going on TV. They're not talking about who they're voting for. They're going to go to the battle box, as Joe Biden would say, and they're going to vote. They're going to either vote for Trump or they're going to vote for Harris. That's it. And I really, truly believe that yesterday's performance by Vance did a lot for Trump. It did a lot for Trump. It did a lot for the ticket. It showed him, Vance, I'm talking about, Vance yesterday showed himself to be the ultimate Swiss Army knife. And he humanized himself. He became very human yesterday, because the media has portrayed Vance to be this, unapproachable guy, stiff guy and all. And yet, he was standing up there debating yesterday. He wasn't nervous at all. At least I know he said he was nervous. It was a bit nervous when he sat down with Sean Hannity with Fox News and he was talking about the debate, but he didn't look nervous at all. He was on. Like, he was on every question. He wasn't taking notes. He was ready. Like, he was prepared. He's seasoned. That was a veteran, bro. That was a veteran. And at first I was kind of like, who is JD Vance when he was picked? But now I understand why he was picked. This man potentially is going to be the president of the United States one day. And I can understand him running in 2028, and I can see him winning. Of course, he has to showcase. He has to show his worth if they do get elected in November. If he does, along with Trump, get elected in November, he's going to have to show his value here. He will have to show his value. But Vance did a hell of a job. I think I'm going to be fair here because I know like I've seen a lot of Democrats and Republicans, they're not really being fair. Some are. But Walz, I think Walz did a good job in the second half. And what I mean by good job is that he got his legs under him and he started to, try to articulate himself. But you know what? I think he had information overload. Whoever prepared him to go up against Vance, information overload. He had a hard time. He had a hard time moving with Vance. Like I really do believe he had a hard time. He did have a hard time. He's not ready. He's not ready to participate in the major leagues. He's just not. And this is all stemming from him and Kamala not doing interviews with the press. When you're not doing interviews, when you're not talking to journalists, when you're not talking to reporters, and then all of a sudden you're on stage debating, practice is great, but real situations, practice really means nothing. Hey, it's good to practice, but now you're here. Now you're in the major leagues. He failed. He might be a nice guy. Again, he might be a nice guy. And I gotta say, JD Vance, he won me over. Like he really won me over. Sophisticated, intelligent, articulates himself well. He knows about both parties. I'm sure he can work both party lines. He stated that his family, his father and mother were both Democrats. Here he is a Republican. His mother was a drug addict, but she's been clean for 10 years. He was raised by his grandmother. He talked about his family, his children. He humanized himself yesterday. Like you saw a human being, something that you didn't see when, something we haven't seen. Maybe because the media hasn't been covering him. I don't think the media has done a good job covering Vance, especially the left and the liberal media. Like they haven't covered him. And if they have, it's always been in a negative spotlight. And I think, the right side, the Republicans and the media companies that, really tailor to the right, they've done a bad job too. They haven't done a really good job either. So yesterday, again, props to JD Vance, man. He showcased himself. He really did. He won me over. I got to say, he won me over. And I think that he will most likely be, I mean, he's the front runner for 2028. I don't see anybody beating him, especially if he does a great job, especially if the economy turns around under Trump. I don't see who can come in and say, you know what, we can do better than him. I mean, again, he's on point. He's on point. I looked at the reactions from mainstream media on the debate afterwards, and it's crazy. The Democrats really had nothing to say. They did pounce on the January 6th question, but otherwise they had nothing to say except make fun of his looks. They had to go and start saying that he uses eyeliner and stuff like that. Like they were really MSNBC, I got to tell you, they were upset. They were pouncing. They're like, why didn't CBS go harder? And by the way, CBS, what a fucking shitty job you did. You and ABC should go out on a date. ABC and CBS, they should go out holding hands onto having a nice candlelight fucking dinner, because that was horrific. 3-on-1. But 3-on-1 happened, and the difference is JD Vance was cool, calm, and collective. I love Trump. I love Trump. I think Trump, when it comes down to business and running shit, love him. But what JD Vance did yesterday showed you that you cannot get under his skin. And he will pause you politely, and he articulates himself well to the point where they had to shut off the mic because they did not want you to hear the truth. So bad job, CBS. I don't know what the fuck you were trying to do. Once again, the liberal media companies, they held the hands of Kamala and obviously here, Tim's. They held their hands, helped them throughout. They did, though, I gotta say, there was only one question that was thrown at, and it had to be thrown at Tim Walz, which was, him talking about going to China. And that was that and him being friends with school shooters. That must have been those two things that played out. One where he started stuttering, he was phased. He looked like he wanted to leave. And then you had the I'm friends with a lot of school shooters thing. And I was like, what did I just I thought I really misheard what he said, but then I was like, no, he said that. I was like, what the fuck are we doing here? What's happening? And then also he couldn't answer, when JD Vance asked him about the bill about abortions, late-term abortions, he couldn't explain his own bill. So that told me everything I needed to know. And also, I found it funny. Shit, I said I'm going to go into Uptober, and here I am talking about politics. But yes, listen, this election is the most important election of our lifetime. Like, at least for me, that's how I feel. This election is the most important election of my lifetime. And I think I can speak for others and say that it's the most important election for you as well. So, like, that's why I'm so into this. And I've always been into politics. I ran for office. So, like, for anybody who says that all of a sudden, like, a crypto dude is turning into a political analyst. No. Like, I just understand politics. I get it. When he couldn't answer that question, it told me everything I needed to know about Walz. That's it. It told me everything I needed to know. He's not the guy. He's just not. He might be a nice guy. I don't know. He might be a nice guy. He shook his hand. And if you saw, it was crazy to watch. Because I haven't seen this in a long, long time. When Vance was talking, and he played this well, man. He is a good chess player, Vance. He gave credit to Walz, and he kept on saying, you know what? We're not far off here. I love this kind of conversation. Technician, man. That dude's a technician. He was like, I love this kind. And Walz, as Vance was talking, there was a point where he was talking about Kamala and the border and fentanyl coming into the country, and he started nodding his head like an agreement. And I'm like, if I'm on Harris's team, this is probably driving me crazy. This guy is nodding his head in agreement. And like he's actually getting along with Vance up there and agreeing on a lot of stuff that Vance is saying. He's not really attacking Vance. Like he's not doing what Kamala did, which she was prepped to do, which was attack Trump on crowd size. Because that's how she got him. That's how she got Trump off his game when she went after his crowd size. Because Trump's ego kicked into play. And then obviously the 3-on-1 wasn't helping there either. When Trump's taking on everybody and being fact checked, 5 times, that I don't know how, what kind of pleasure you're taking, what kind of pleasure you're going through in front of 80 million people watching and shit. So Anyway, we'll talk more about this. I'm rambling, but I was actually watching, and I actually enjoyed the debate. I thoroughly enjoyed, and I will say the most unpopular thing. I enjoyed both of them speak. I had a like listening to both sides, not scream and just have that debate. It was enjoyable. It was. I know I'll get a lot of shit for that from the hardcore Republicans, but it's the truth, man. It was a good debate, and obviously, I feel though JD Vance came out the winner, 100%. Like I think Democrats, hardcore Democrats, liberals can admit that. Like you were watching it yesterday, you were like, man, my guy's losing out here, man. My guy's flustered. He's making faces, man. It's just he's losing. Anyway, but much respect. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. They should be able to go on stage, Democrats, Republicans, Independents. They should be able to go ahead and have a conversation. You can agree to disagree on your political stances, but you should be able to be on stage and have the time to articulate your point of views, which leads me to it's time to get rid of these moderators who are paid off by BlackRock and Fidelity and big institutional players, along with the dark elites that are in the back, hiding behind the scenes, trying to spin the narrative that don't allow your favorite politician to go out there and actually speak, like what we saw yesterday. If you saw what happened yesterday, they tried to fact check JD Vance and he put them in their place. Like every question that was tailored to kind of cut JD Vance's legs off, he was very good at countering. And I can appreciate that, man. As somebody, myself, I love to debate. I can appreciate somebody who is 3 steps ahead when you try to come at their legs. So shout out to JD Vance, man. Big shout out to him. You could see the difference when they came after him, he quickly answered. And he was very polite. He was super polite. Both gentlemen were polite. So, see, I'm being honest here, man. Being honest. I think they were both very polite, but you can tell who's seasoned and who's not. And JD Vance he is him. He is him. All right, Uptober. We'll get back to politics. Uptober. I mean, we got a lot of things going on, right, in the world. We got a lot of things going on. The markets were moving upwards. The word up. The word of the day is up. The markets were moving up. And then I think the markets reacted due to the fact that Iran, a terrorist country, decided to fire missiles at Israel yesterday. And I think obviously the markets, reacted towards that situation. So yeah. It sucks. War sucks, man. Especially, like we're here. We've been patient. We've been waiting for October, and then all of a sudden, the first day of October, you have Iran shoot off missiles into Israel, and now Israel obviously is going to react. Israel is obviously going to retaliate, and I sit back, and my stance is that I pray for peace on all sides. That is really my stance. I saw something yesterday that really bothered me. It really did, and I think I've made. I don't want to say friendships, because friendships to me, That's a very strong word, friendship. It's a strong word. I think I've been cordial with a lot of people. Cordial. It's been nice to meet a lot of people in the crypto space, the crypto ecosystem. And yesterday, the messages that I read on social media, especially on the X platform, from certain individuals I will not name, it took me back. It's like you're happy that potentially Israel can get leveled, and somebody put out a message out there stating that they want to see everybody obliterated. You have innocent people on all sides. Unfortunately, there are innocent people on every single side. And we need to pray for peace. Like, peace is the solution. Peace is the solution. And unfortunately, we have people in positions that don't want peace. They don't want peace. It's unfortunate. They don't want peace. The people do. The people on both and on all sides. On all sides. They want peace. People want to live. People want to live. A lot of you guys don't even know anything about Israel, but like all demographics live there in peace. Muslims, Jews, Christians, Catholics live there in peace. When you show little clips of people not getting along, right? We have that in America. We have the same thing that happens in the United States of America, where you see somebody say something that's out of bounds. Same thing happens in Israel. Okay. You have one bad seed somewhere, bro. But that does not define the country itself. Does not define the United States of America either. Just because there are a few people out here marching and saying shit that is literally out of bounds. It's the mindset should be, we stand, and I got caught up in this because it's emotional. But the mindset should be, we stand for humanity. We stand together, united, to live on this planet peacefully. All this planet has known is wars with human beings. Human beings have not stopped fighting since Adam and Eve. I swear to God, have not stopped fighting. We need to take a look in the mirror. We really need to take a look in the mirror and say, yeah, what the fuck are we doing? And we need to get the right leadership on all sides. And I'm very I get a lot of shit for this, but on all sides, we need better leaders. Leaders that understand each other. Leaders that can actually have a conversation with each other. That's what we need. But it all starts with the United States of America. And I always say this. It all starts with the United States of America, because we are the leaders of the free world, man. We are the leaders of the free world. The way we navigate and the way we flow is the way the rest of the globe goes. And that's just the truth. And that's why this election is very important. And I keep saying this, I keep stressing this, but this election is important. It is very important. It's very important for you to go out and vote. It is so important for you to go out and vote this year. I don't care if your state votes blue all the time. I don't care if it votes red. You go out there and you vote. It is a privilege to be an United States citizen, a U.S. citizen, to have the privilege to vote. That you should be running to the ballot box, voting every single year. It's a privilege. We are privileged to have that. Other countries don't have that. They don't. All right, we'll get back to politics. I don't know how I keep going back into politics, but that is actually crypto related because, again, Iran shot missiles, I think it was 180 missiles towards Israel. The reports came in because at first all the videos came out and you see missiles landing and stuff, but for the most part, most of the missiles did not hit a goddamn thing. Apparently the U.S. assisted. Israel's going to attack, retaliate. Man, I just feel like having a summit with both parties and saying, guys, listen, we got Uptober in this bitch. We waited a very long time to see our bags go up, okay? You got to call a timeout for at least 12 months here. All right, let the bull market get done with. All right, let the bull cycle get done with. And then hopefully for those 12 months, we can find some sort of happy medium. But if you can't, after the bull run is done with, go ahead. Go ahead. But we out here in these streets, okay, we've been through a bear market. People are fighting on timelines. We've been accumulating assets. Bro, let us live, man. People are gonna say, damn, David, you a selfish motherfucker. Yes, I am. Right now, I am being selfish. A little bit selfish. A little bit selfish. Welcome to the breakdown. Episode 496. 4 episodes away from 500. 4 episodes away from 500. Sponsored by Gemini. Shout out to Gemini. Click the link. Get $100 in Bitcoin after trading $1,000 in crypto. Guys, do it, man. Just do it. I'll help you out. Send me a DM if you need to go ahead and do it. And powered by G Media. Shout out to G Media. And speaking of G Media, let's look at what G Media said yesterday, or today, I should say, about what news do you got, man? What news do we have from G Media, man? Where is the news, G Media? Okay, Gokhshtein Media, by the way, where legends speak and generations listen. There's an article here today from Gabriel. Vice presidential debate, Walz and Vance clash on key issues. Last night's debate between Tim Walz and J.D. Vance focused on abortion, immigration, and the economy. Both candidates clash while maintaining an unusual civil tone compared to previous election debates. Gabriel has that article up. It's a good read. He breaks down the entire debate. We try to go ahead at Gokhshtein Media and break things down to where, and let me pause real quick and say this. My opinions are my opinions. The people that write and create content for Gokhshtein Media, they don't share my opinions. Maybe some do, but a lot don't. You've seen Nikhil Patterson, aka Big Unk, come on here, and we're consistently bickering. Okay, because I don't share his, I don't share his views. He doesn't share mine. And we can agree to disagree. But a lot of the people that are creating content, video content, articles, they're giving you their own perspective. But ultimately, we want you to take these articles, read them, and then formulate your own opinion. That's it. There are no hidden narratives here at G Media. Okay? We're not mainstream media. We're not trying to push a narrative. We're not pressed to push a narrative. That's the phenomenal part about not being owned by a BlackRock or Fidelity. Anyway, that was one. There was one that was interesting that I saw today, which was Australian authorities seize $6.4 million in crypto linked to Ghost app. I've never heard of this Ghost app thing, but $6.4 million in crypto was seized that was linked to this Ghost app. I would tell you to go ahead and check that out. Mr. Dude, a content creator and reporter for us, reports on this, did a whole video on it. Go check it out. I think it did a great job. Hurricane Helene's destruction. Erica did a video about it, breaking everything down. It's from yesterday. I'm sure there'll be an update today. There's a lot of stories that are coming out. But again, go check out G Media. Shout outs to G Media. The media personalities are coming out with content every single day. There's even little captions there for those that are either hard of hearing, and then there's obviously the audio for those who can't read. We'll touch on everything, ladies and gentlemen. We will touch on every single thing. I'm getting spammed right now on all my channels by a certain ticker. I said, drop your ticker. Holy shit, they are dropping it. And I am completely, my allergies are fucking on point today. All right. Markets, obviously, also, the markets probably took a hit due to this strike. And let me talk about this strike. That head union boss, son of a bitch, this man is making like $1.2 million per year. He got a yacht that cost $1.7 million. This man is wearing Cartier glasses and shit. And he's out here trying to get a 77% raise. Bro, listen to me real quick. Hear me out, all right? Hear me out. Hold on, let me get this shit up too. Let me get Harold. Hear me out, Harold. Okay? This dude is holding the United States of America hostage on the East Coast. He is literally holding the East Coast hostage. This man is worth a lot of money. He gets paid almost $1 million a year. This is the last person that should be crying about not getting paid enough, okay? We have just, the United States of America, but this all tangles into the financial market. So hear me out, okay? Hear me out. You'll learn something. We had Iran that shot missiles into Israel. That took an effect on the markets, okay? We were going up, okay? Uptober was in full play until those rockets went into Israel. People started to panic. Then, not only that, but you have Harold, the fucking union leader over there who commands the fucking East Coast when it comes to ports. He's like, we're going to strike, okay? We're going to strike until we get what we want, until we get what we deserve. And obviously, that also has an effect on crypto. Every single day that those ports are closed and the workers are not working, we lose $1 billion in revenue. And I'll say this again. The United States loses $1 billion in revenue for every day that those ports are not working. You're talking about goods that are not coming in. You're talking about medicine. You're talking about food. You're talking about a lot of things that are not entering this country. You son of a bitch. Listen to me, Harold, okay? This country has finally started to get on its feet because our supply chain was so fucked up from the pandemic, okay? And here you are, you're trying to win over the country to have somebody show you some sort of empathy along with the workers. And here you are, okay, pulling a stunt where you're now going to cripple the supply chain again. That means higher prices on everything. On everything. Harold, do you even give a shit about the United States of America? You act like you can't sit down and make a deal. You can. I hate these tactics. This is why people hate unions. I gotta tell you, unions are great. Unions are great when you first start a business because your partners, you're building. But then some unions get carried away, man. Some unions, you get to a point where you start bankrupting the goddamn company that you helped build. That's the problem with a union. You get to a point with a union where they start to bankrupt the company that they went ahead and built or helped build. It can be fair. I'm sure a fair deal can go ahead and be put together. I'm sure it can happen. But to do this to the United States of America, after we have just literally crawled out and just got on our feet from the pandemic, and we're still not there. We still suffer. We're still suffering with supply chain problems, the cost of goods, and all that stuff. You go ahead and start doing this, you're an asshole. You are a complete and utter asshole, bro. You are. I'm not a fan, bro. Not a fan of this. I support like you getting the right type of pay. God bless it. Listen, everybody should get paid what they're worth. No doubt about that. Get paid, put tax on it. No doubt. But to hold America hostage, you're an asshole, bro. You're not an American. Look, Americans have the right to do this, freedom of speech, right? You can do whatever you want. But that's not American shit, bro. Anyway, that ain't it, man. Not right now. Not right now when the country really needs to get back on its feet. You do this shit, man. No, that's some bullshit. Anyway, so that all this in combination is why you're seeing, Bitcoin at 61,007. I think that's what, that's where it was the last time that I looked. 61,720 or some shit like that. The markets will go parabolic. Like this kind of news holds up the markets for like 2 to 3 days until they launch. So I'm not so worried about the markets, nor am I worried about ending the year at 80 to 85K Bitcoin. I really do believe that's where Bitcoin goes. I believe that. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm guesstimating. I'm looking at stuff. I'm reading things. And that's what I get. I get $80,000 to $85,000 Bitcoin, especially with all the money on the sidelines ready to come in. I am bullish on this entire market. Patience is what you need in this market. That is it. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I've been on repeat, giving out this information daily on the podcast, live shows, spaces when I used to do spaces, continuously, just repetitively talking about this topic. Will be good. Everything will be good. People see Bitcoin for what it is. It is a store of value, especially in a time of a recession. They will look to precious metals and they will definitely look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. Welcome to the breakdown, episode 496, sponsored by Gemini, powered by G Media. Thank you for everybody who's tuned in to YouTube, Rumble, X, formerly known as Twitter, LinkedIn. Only professionals on LinkedIn. Only professionals tuning in and listening on LinkedIn. I got a few messages from LinkedIn, people listening, enjoying the program. Some of them are new to somebody cursing behind a microphone. Thank you very much for understanding. I said I will talk about crypto today, and that'll be at the end of the show. Drop your ticker. I will be, I'm still looking for my two plays. I'm still looking for my two plays that I would like to go into. For me personally, I don't even have to get into any more plays. I got my conviction plays. I got all my conviction plays. I'm fine. But I do just want to add two more to my arsenal, and that's it. And this just continue to accumulate based on what I have and have been holding for more than a few months now. This man just said that bro doesn't read his comments clearly because Bleep is here. And I see you. I see you guys. You're literally attacking my YouTube feed. Congratulations. I do see you. Just I ain't gonna mention your names because I gotta go ahead and look to see what the fuck and who the fuck you are. That's it. That's it. By the way, not that I need this, but I do have to mention this. Why the fuck do we have tip jars on X? Why do we have tip jars on X? The last tip I got was $5.43, bro. Like, this is why I've moved on. That's why I'm on TikTok. That's why I'm on, like, obviously Rumble and YouTube. You actually get revenue, and people appreciate you and they tip you because, like, they do things like tipping and shit, and that's really cool. I gotta tell you, X is the home of the cheapest bastards in the world. X is literally the home of people who are multimillionaires but are cheap as hell. Cheap as hell. Holy shit. Cheap as hell. Y'all are multimillionaires, and you guys got alligator hands. Literally alligator hands. Y'all can't even stop by to the tip jar. Yes, I'm gonna say that shit. It was a conversation I was having yesterday, and somebody said, "Oh, I get tipped all the time on fucking X." I'm like, "What? What tip are you talking about? What is this thing? What is this tipping that you're speaking of, sir? What is this tipping you're talking about?" By the way, if I get tipped, right? If Harris now agrees with Trump and they don't want to tip, they don't want to tax tips. Well, if I do get a tip on X, it doesn't get taxed, does it? I'm just asking for a friend. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. Anyway, just having some fun with you guys. Welcome to the Breakdown episode 496, sponsored by Gemini, powered by G Media. Your boys in the building. You know what I should do? I should say, you know what? Tip me. I'll talk about your shit. I'll review your shit if I get a fucking tip. There you go. Somebody needs to, you know who's I gotta say, if we're gonna talk about crypto, you know who's the luckiest dude in the world? I'll tell you who the luckiest man in the world is. Vitalik. And he doesn't even understand. He's way too smart to understand that he's one of the luckiest dudes in the world. You have motherfuckers that send him 50% of a supply. You got all projects that send him 50% of the supply. Dude, get a Bugatti, son. Get a Lambo. Get a mansion. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it a buck. All right. What is doing well right now today? What is doing well today? Let's look. Let's have a look. And I wanted to talk about something else. I really wanted to touch on another topic and I fucking forgot. And I didn't get to write it down because I was rushing. Let me see something. Okay. Crying Cat really needs a rebrand. Like immediately. Okay? Rebrand the motherfucker. It doesn't take long. Get the right colors. I'm telling you, Crying Cat will definitely go. You know what? Let me stop. See, I'm growing up. Who says I have not been learning? But I think Crying Cat needs to definitely change up the branding. It can be done quickly. It can really be done quickly. Hold on. Oh. Sorry about that. I wanted to check the video. Wanted to check the video stream, see if everything's good. Okay. Wanted to check the video stream and see if everything's going good. I look fantastic. Just God damn it, man. What are my conviction plays? You want to hear this out? What are my conviction plays? So let's talk about my conviction plays here. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let us speak about my conviction plays. Ooh, damn it. Let's talk. Let's talk about it. Where is it? Where is it, man? Okay, there we go. All right. Here are my what the fuck? Here are my plays that I like. Are you ready, guys? You ready? Obviously, Pepe. I mean, if it wasn't for Pepe, I'm gonna keep it 100. Let's break this down DG style, right? Let's break this down DG style. If it wasn't for Pepe, we're not talking about all these assets. If it wasn't for Pepe, we're not talking about all these assets. Pepe changed the entire game. I don't care what you want to say about Pepe, it changed everything. Bobo. Bobo has a real developer, a person that has actually created the asset. Okay? The person that actually created it is still here, still on board, still doing his thing, even though he won't come on my show. And I don't know why. I don't know what I did to him. I'm already okay with it. You know what? He doesn't come on my show. I'm okay with it. But Bobo, the distribution, the community. I am going to tell you that the community from Bobo has really grown up. It's really, really grown up. And they are ruthless. They have embraced the bear. They have really, really embraced the bear. And I'm telling you, man, they are willing to battle with anybody. Anyone who starts with Bobo, you get attacked by that entire community. And they're not crazy, but they're not gonna let you fuck around with them. You poke the bear, they're coming. I'm just keeping it 100. I like Dodo. See, I'm writing down all the things I have, right? I got Dodo. There we go. Envy, she says she got 5K in Bobo. Shout out to. I got Sneeboo. I said Hoppy would do well, right? I said Hoppy would do well. And I talked about Hoppy. And I talked about a lot of these things when they were low in price, man. But I talked about Hoppy when it was at 200K? And now it's at almost, it went to 80, I think 85, and then it's hovering at 60. $60 million market cap. Not bad. I told you, man. It was the first frog that Matt Fury went ahead and created. And I knew there would be a play there. I knew it because somebody's going to come in and say, shit, I missed on Pepe. Was there another frog? Boom, there it was. Hoppy was the other frog. Boom, people got in. Telling you. I analyze and sit back and analyze this shit, and I try to get the pulse of y'all fade me. Keep fading. I don't really care. Pedro De Niro. Hold on. What is Pedro De Niro at? Hold on one second. What is Pedro De Niro at? Okay. It's still at a $1 million market cap. If it is dog season, I don't know how this one can be faded when it's one of the OG dogs on the market. Literally OG. Pedro De Niro is OG. Joshua is OG up in this bitch. So I don't know, man. I think people are smoking some strong shit. Obviously Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. They still got a community. Floki, obviously. Brett is dominating on base. MFers making a comeback. Right? MFers making a comeback. I wrote this down, ladies and gentlemen. Where the fuck is the camera? Well, if you could see this shit, okay, I wrote this May 20th. Listen, I had this before, but May 20th, 2024, I gave the list of things that I am interested in that I have. Okay? What's MFR doing? When y'all were hitting me in the back channels and telling me to sell MFR, your boy don't listen to y'all. I don't listen to you guys. I'd be broke listening to you. Keke is making a comeback. The fucking Balkan Dwarf. Shout out to the Balkan Dwarf. That team knows how to design, man. Fwack. Yo, Fwack is one. I don't know if somebody's going to CTO it. I don't know where the hell the developers went. But Fwack is one that I like. I like Fwack. Not a, you know what? Could turn one day into a conviction play, man. Could. But that fucking art was fire. The animations were fire. That was like Ponky, bro. That was like a Ponky play. That was literally like a Ponky play. Legit. That was a fucking Ponky play. Thinking about it out loud, that was like a Ponky play. And what happened? Bro, like somebody. That's a Ponky play. That art, that fucking duck, and the animation was funny. That shit was funny, man. Harambe on Solana. Yes, sir. Because Harambe is a fucking meme. And everybody loves that motherfucker, bro. I ain't fading it. I don't give a fuck. Not fading. Won't see me fade. Where is the other shit that I listed? 1 second. Stonks. You already know. Stonks. You already know. Wojak. What the fuck am I doing? Wojak. But if you don't know about Wojak, you're crazy. You shouldn't be here. Quit. If you have no idea what Wojak is, quit. Quit. It's impossible for you not to understand what Wojak is, for you not to embrace the variants of Wojak. You're crazy. All right, let's see. What else do I got in here? Yeah, that's. I know I have more stuff. So I didn't add in all the other stuff that I got along the way. I didn't really add in everything because like I said, I was picking up, like for instance, the Wojak verse came out, and then I started picking up the things that Sakasa listed out in his 90-page essay thesis, you know, with the Wojak verse and stuff. So, um, I like Brainlit, obviously. Brainlit. I like Brainlit. And by the way, they came out with some artwork. The Jungle Bay guys came out with I think it's called Jungle Lit, right? I probably butchered that, but they came out with NFTs. You should go ahead and look at that stuff. You should look at that. So Brainlit, I like Big Brain. I'm gonna keep saying it. Big Brain, very undervalued, super undervalued. For me personally, I talk for myself. I'm talking out loud. I just put the camera on, talking. I'm essentially talking to myself so I can rewind this and remember what I just said. You know what I'm saying? Crying, obviously. Crying Cat. Again, the only thing with Crying Cat, do the rebrand, man. And do it fast. Rebrand that son of a bitch. And then send it. Send that son of a bitch. Send it. I missed out on Nero, which I should probably get because, like, that's probably the stupidest thing that I've said before is that you really didn't technically miss out on anything, but you're so accustomed at times to getting in at such a, because you do your research. I particularly do my research. I believe I do my research. 500 million or 300 million, you just look at that goddamn number and you got to stop. You got to stop looking at that number. Obviously, I forgot to mention Mog. Forgot to mention the Mog. But crying, man. That, I got into Gao. Gao, I believe, will do something like Shiba Inu, Floki. I think something that they have done previously, they will probably go ahead and do. It's a CTO. I'm into CTOs now, I guess. Because that's what the market is. That's what the market is pushing out. It's just all CTOs. There are every single meme that I've gotten into is a CTO. It's crazy. The only one I could technically say is Bobo. Bobo is not a CTO. The dev's still there. Fuck. And I guess you could say Wojak and Mog. I guess is Mog. Hold on, I gotta find out that. I don't want to just. I won't say nothing, but still, Wojak. Damn, I got a lot of fucking memes. I'm looking at this goddamn list. I got a lot of memes, man. I didn't even talk about the utilities. I didn't even talk about utilities at all. This is crazy. I haven't even mentioned utilities. Bro, I see you guys on the YouTube stream shilling me your token. I see it. I see you shilling it. I know nothing about it, and I ain't gonna talk about it if I don't know nothing about it. Congratulations, you're saying it's a CTO, but that doesn't mean every fucking community takeover is good. I gotta see it. I gotta learn about it. I gotta know. I gotta see this distribution. I wanna know what the fuck it's about. You're just throwing out a name out here. Okay? You're just throwing out a fucking name. Like you want me to go into something. I don't fucking know what the fuck you're about. Anyway, welcome to the breakdown. Episode 496. Sponsored by Gemini. Trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. Click the link. It fucking takes you 2 seconds. Shout out to everybody who has clicked the link, who has signed up to Gemini. Shout out to Gemini. Love the good people at Gemini. Always treating me well. Always treating the company well. We love you too. Powered by G Media. Speaking of the company, G Media, shout out to all the media personalities that are creating this content that is dope. And obviously the articles that are being pumped out. We got news to go ahead and talk about. Obviously, we'll be at Bitcoin Dubai. Okay, we'll be in Dubai for Bitcoin. Bitcoin conference is going down. We'll be covering that. You already, I went through this a long time ago. I mean, we covered Token 2049. We'll probably be covering, no, not probably, we will be covering Karate Combat out there in Dubai. A lot of things in the works, man. A lot of things. Q4, we finished strong, ladies and gentlemen. Let's finish strong. James, I will look at you guys today. I wrote down the ticker, okay, and I will look at it today. But I can't say the name. I can't talk about you guys because I don't know anything about y'all. I really don't. I don't know anything about you guys. I'm still looking for my 2 to add in. I'm still looking to add in. Still looking to add in. Still looking to add in 2 more. That's it. Still looking to add in 2 more, man. Still am. And I'll figure them out. By this week, I will add in 2 more plays into or onto the roster that I have. And that'll be it. The rest I'll just accumulate, and that is it. Man, I did a phenomenal job today. Oh, I missed one. I'm sorry. I missed it. Yes. So I got no beef with Giga Chad on Solana. Got no beef, even though they've been trying to get at my neck for no reason. I've been very nice and cordial with the guys from Giga Chad on Solana. I wish everybody luck, man. Period. But I'm an ETH guy. I like to be on Ethereum. I like most of my plays are on Ethereum. 95% of them are on Ethereum. People love using Solana and people love using Ethereum. Okay, I'm an Ethereum head. Some people call me Solana God. I don't even know why. I never put that shit out there. I like being on Ethereum. Okay. And I like Giga Chad on Ethereum. That's it. Apparently, they got 2 trademarks. The one on Ethereum, they got the gigachat.com domain. And they got a bunch of fucking Pepe millionaires in the goddamn project. When you look at the holder count, there's a bunch of Pepe millionaires, man. How the fuck? What the fuck you want me to say? Oh, no, I'm not going to look at this? Oh, no, I'm not going to entertain this? Y'all crazy. I don't care what you do. I disconnect from social media. You can keep yapping. I'm out there running. I'm having a good time. I'm exercising. I'm living life. I don't care about what the fuck you're saying on here. But that was big. Shout out to that community. They continue to build. They continue. I hope everybody wins. I hope everybody wins. Continue winning. That's all I can say. Continue winning. Continue winning. But I'm allowed to do whatever I want with my money. That's it. I'm very courteous too. I don't get into those tug of wars, man. I just sit back and I say it once and that's it. And I'm very direct with it. All right. The breakdown, episode 496. We are 4 episodes away from 500. I want to give a big shout out to let me give a big shout out to Akil Patterson. Me and Akil Patterson started the show. I started the show, then Akil came on. We worked together. We did it, on Spaces. Then we launched onto video before video was popular. And then obviously I'm here now. And the podcast, Gokhshtein Unfiltered, will be coming out this month, where I'll be talking to some very notable names. I can't wait to go ahead and actually sit down. Got a lot of people that I really, really want to just pick their brain on a lot of topics. Bitcoin options, that book. Get that book, Bitcoin Options. It's on Amazon. We had the gentleman on. Speaking of that, That had the gentleman on. Speaking of that, give me a second. We had John on, who wrote that book and really knows how to break down the markets. I can appreciate somebody who comes on and that knows the markets and knows how to break it down. You know what? I need to give him a call so I can bring him onto the show. I'm sure a lot of you guys tuned in. Very knowledgeable. Me and him happened to we happen to go ahead and participate on the street when the street calls us in to interview us about certain topics, Bitcoin, memes, and other cool shit that's happening within our ecosystem. But yeah, well, I'll be speaking. I got a good lineup. Be speaking and recording a podcast. I don't want to just do any ordinary fucking podcast too. Like I don't want to just ask I'm not gonna ask no boring ass questions. I want to really ask some really dope questions. And I want to try to ask questions that have not been asked. And I just want to have a conversation too. I don't want to interview anybody. I want to have a conversation. I just want to have a fucking conversation. That's it. And hopefully you guys vibe out with it. It'll be on Apple, Spotify, like the rest of them. And hopefully you tune into it. What else? What else? We went through everything. Last night's debate. Again, last night's debate, JD Vance showed us who he was. And that is, he is a human being. He carries himself well-spoken, can articulate his point of view. I loved every minute of it. I wish we can all go back to debating the way the two gentlemen, JD Vance, Tim Walz, did last night. Though I don't believe that Walz is ready to run the federal government in any shape or form, I do commend them for having that open dialogue yesterday, giving credit what credit was due. Vance doing the same. It was what we had once upon a time. If you look back at debates that we've had in the United States of America, whether it was for Senate or for the seat, the main seat, the Oval Office, people used to come with respect. Now we're so divided, it's crazy, man. We need to get back to the times where everybody held hands and sang Kumbaya with each other. We really do. We need to get back to them times where everybody held hands and sang Kumbaya to each other, man. Or Kumbaya with each other. What else did I want to touch on before I go? By the way, I'm selling this. I know a lot of people have DM'd me about this picture that I drew yesterday. Okay, you know what this picture's about. If you tuned in, you know exactly what this picture's all about. Okay, and I'll say this real quickly. Happy community member, okay? People, veterans from the outside saying, oh, I'm so happy for you. I love community. And then 30 minutes later, they're yelling and screaming. They're angry and they're fudding the meme that you're currently in. And then the community member is mad confused because 30 minutes prior you were happy, but now you're not happy. Community member completely confused. Okay? This picture, I'm telling you right now, people are in my DMs. They're like, yo, how can I buy this? This shit is dope as fuck. Yo, you are a natural. I got people DMing me saying I'm a natural artist. I know that. I just didn't want to showcase it to the general public, but thank you for acknowledging. Okay? But yeah, you know what time it is. Jesse never comes in here. As soon as I mention Giga Chat and talking about the one on E, Jesse came in here, popped in. Love to see it, Jesse. Jesse popped in. I'm making it very clear. Y'all can go ahead and have a tug of war. My ass is making sure that I accumulate as much generational wealth as possible. So you guys can fight. I'm on the sidelines. I'm chilling. Okay. I'm taking my money and I'm making more money. That's it. That's it. Period. I'm not endorsing anybody. 0 endorsements. Only person that I'm endorsing is Donald J. Trump. That is right. Donald J. Trump, JD Vance, the ticket, the people that will be able to make our economy great again, make crypto great again, make being healthy great again. Yo, we're going to make everything great again in this country. Kick Harold, okay, the union president, okay, that has made all these people strike at the docks, kick his ass out, bring in somebody that'll actually fight for the people. This dude's on a $1.7 million yacht chilling, making $1 million per year. He's complaining. Crazy shit. Crazy. That is crazy, man. I gave my takes, by the way. I gave my takes, man. Uptober still in play. Uptober, we'll have some fun. We'll have some fun with Uptober. I think within the next week or two, we shall see things really start to move in the right direction. I think the markets understand that another rate cut is coming, another probably 0.5. And I think it'll be really good for the economy. I think it will be extremely good for the economy. I'm sure that the port situation will be taken care of. I know what lingers is, obviously the shit that's going on in the Middle East. I'm sure that'll be taken care of. We need to make sure that that shit's taken care of, because nobody, and I mean nobody, can start fucking around with our fucking ecosystem, okay? We waited way too long. We waited patiently through bear markets to be here right now at this very time to participate in the greatest transfer of wealth of all time, okay? We ain't gonna let anybody go ahead and stop us now. That's a song. That has to be a song. That has to be a fucking song. We talked about and touched on the VP debate. Again, I thought both men represented themselves well as human beings, but JD Vance, he articulated his point of views like a grandmaster, bro. This man is exactly what we need as the vice president of the United States of America. This man understands it. He understands the picture. To me, there is nothing scripted. I'm going to say this. I'll go even further with this. There is nothing scripted with JD Vance. This man does not, like, during that entire 90-minute debate, he wasn't really writing much. He was listening, and then he wasn't just waiting to talk. He was actually listening to what Tim Walz was saying. And while Tim Walz was talking, he was preparing himself to go right back at him. And what he did very well was he continued to push on, well, Kamala's in office right now. Why didn't she do that? Every single time Walz hit with, well, this is what we're going to do. And this is, well, he's like, she's in office right now. Why didn't she do it yet? Why hasn't she done it? Why hasn't she fixed the borders? Why hasn't she brought inflation down? Like all these things were, I felt like I was watching a fucking football game. Sunday, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm feeling like I'm watching a fucking football game. CBS, though, did a horrible job. CBS, terrible fucking job. What a crock of shit, bro. I tell you, what a crock of shit. But besides that, and then drop your tickers. Guys, you can drop your tickers in here. I will go back into the comment section and I will write down some of the things that were dropped in here. I said a bunch of things today that I currently hold. And I'm happy to hold them. Is everything going to win? No. But if I just get 6 out of 10 right, I'm good. 6 out of 10. If I can be at 60% on these plays, which I believe will be higher, but if I can just at least be at 60%, I am fucking good. I am totally fine. On the meme assets, I haven't talked about utilities like, let's say, a Cardano, or we can go into near protocol, all this shit. I haven't talked about any of those assets that I hold, but for me, like, I never thought most of my portfolio would be in memes. I didn't think 50% of my portfolio would be in memes. That's crazy. I sit back, think about that. I never thought that would be the case. But like I said, Pepe changed the game. Pepe changed the motherfucking game. Changed the game. And I really do think that we'll prosper, especially if Donald Trump wins. Because Donald Trump, JD Vance, especially JD Vance, and then you have obviously Vivek, you have RFK Jr. They understand Bitcoin, they understand crypto, and the entire space would go parabolic if they were to get elected. The entire economy would boom. I believe it. The entire economy would go parabolic, and that's what you want. That's exactly what you want. You want to see a healthy economy. You want to see good relations with other countries. We need to work on peace. We need to continue what Trump did, the Abraham Accords. You want to continue these. You want to continue in that direction, working together, having a peaceful fucking world where everybody's good, bro, and you can travel without worries, man. Like, we need to get back to that. And that's why I'm so hopeful that Trump gets in office and, does what he needs to do to change shit around. Drop your tickers in here. I will look. I promise I will look. I will take a look at it. Uptober, man. God bless everybody's tokens and memes. I hope you do extremely well. I'm set. I hope you're set. The markets ultimately decide. The markets will ultimately decide, which ones will go to billions, because everybody's out here saying my shit is going to billions. The markets will ultimately decide who goes to billions. God damn it, I missed out on this hippo. Okay, this fucking hippo. I don't know what I was doing. I was probably working out, but I missed out on this hippo. This goddamn hippo, man. I missed out on this motherfucker, bro. This motherfucker's going to billions, bro. It's crazy shit. A fucking hippo. I could never imagine this, man. I could never imagine us talking about me having to report on a hippo. That's crazy. I gotta tell you, that is fucking crazy. On that note, I think I have left you all with quotes multiple times, but I shall do it again. What the fuck? Why is it locked? Let me see. Let me see. What is the quote of the day? Fucking hippos, bro. I can't. Fucking hippos. I missed out on the hippo, bro. Missed out on a motherfucking hippo. Hey, you miss out on one, you'll get it back on the next, right? All right, ready? Quote of the day. I missed out on a quote yesterday, so I'll do it for today. That didn't even make fucking sense, but whatever. Flow with me here. Your mindset determines your fate. Think like a warrior, act like a king. Guys, thank you very much for fucking tuning in. I really do appreciate you guys, man. Every single day, giving me a chance tuning into the network, representing G Media. We out here. We're doing our thing. I'm doing my thing. I hope everybody's doing their thing. I hope and pray for everybody. Hope people find peace in their lives, man. Seriously, seek out God. Seek out God, man. And on that note, I'm out. Yeah, I'm flexing. Yeah, I'm flexing. Damn. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. You gotta look the part, bro. You gotta look the part. All right, I'm out. Love you guys, man. You gotta look. Hey, listen, you gonna make a lot of money in crypto, and then you look like a fat slob.